Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. And yes, we're doing the Desert Titan again. However, there's a good reason for this, and that is because I have perfected both the killing and the taming of this creature. So, if you guys enjoy it, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already, and if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos here on this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, can be found down below in the video's description as well as in a pinned comment. So, with that out of the way, I have found and come up with an idea on how to kill this guy. It is going to be stupidly easy, does not require any resources, and it doesn't really require any gear, to be fairly honest, if you do it correctly. Now, notice that this is my old Quetzal. It's got a bit of HP because we will be taking some damage in the process. It's got a lot of stamina and a bit of damage, so that's what points attributed went into this. And so with the first node that you're going to take, you can do that from above. However, the mechanics for the Titan has slightly changed. So what exactly has changed? It's the range of its tail whip. It can now reach all the way up to the front to the corrupted nodes, which wasn't a thing in the past. Also, for some odd reason, the combination of lightning and the flock seem to be able to dismount you if you do it from above. So obviously I've come up with the perfect way of doing this, which is what I'm going to show you. Now, this first node is the same as the one before. You want to hover above it. When the lightning, little sparkle lightnings come onto you, once they move on to the creature, you want to get out of there. Obviously not the way I did. What happened there was the Titan's altitude changed, so it went up. I got stuck in its hitbox, and I took a bit of damage from the lightning. Now, you know that you are underneath the node because it's where the little mushroomy things are. So you'll see it from underneath. Now, I think I'm a bit too far, but there is a bit of a change in the wings design, and where it changes, it becomes a bit lumpier. You want to be right underneath it so that the lightning hits at the top. Obviously, we're going to do this first one from the top because it's easier to see. However, after this, everything changes and you'll need to be underneath the Titan to avoid all other damage. It's easy to avoid stuff because he doesn't do the tail whip, so you're only dealing with the lightning and the flock, easily avoidable. Just bear in mind when he changes altitude because it is a bit derpy as all hell. Once the little speckles around you and your Quetzal disappear, that means it's moved on to the Titan, so just fly away. The other thing that I wanted to mention with regards to this particular Quetzal build, people have said, not a lot, but some people have said in my previous videos that they still get dismounted. One way of getting that not to happen, or avoiding that from actually happening, is by not being above the Titan. That does seem to happen despite the build being perfect. It does not happen when you are below. Hopefully it doesn't happen to me now. That would kind of suck, but it does happen. Now, the way to actually build it properly, you want to move the foundation as far forward as it can. So when it just starts snapping onto the saddle, that's where you want to snap it on. Basically, you'll know you're in the right place with the foundation when you can look through the foundation and see your character from behind as well as through the sides. So that's the perfect positioning for the foundation. Then obviously to the sides, to walls, and back and forth you want doorways and doors, and obviously one seating. And as you can see, the flock cannot target me because I am technically in a building. However, the combination of the tail whip, lightning, and flock, they seem to dismount you at some point. I'm not quite sure how the mechanics work. Once this node is down, we will be doing all of the rest of the work from underneath. Now, this looks like it's the taming process, and that is because it is. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take out all of the nodes. Once the nodes are taken out, this creature becomes docile, almost like being knocked out, only it doesn't have a torpidity bar to worry about. It'll be knocked out until it's either killed or tamed. There I go, I just kind of gave away what we're going to do after the nodes are taken out. We're going to kill it. The way we're going to kill it is we're going to use a Volanosaur. The Volanosaur is obviously in a cryopod, and it has melee damage and stamina. Now, very, very important here. If you want to do this using this method, make sure you have plenty of meat. The way I did it is I put it on my Quetzal because it prolongs the spoil timers. When I take out the Volanosaur, I will take out the meat with me, then dismount the Volanosaur, then come out the back exit, and then take out the Volanosaur out of the cryopod. Obviously, it's a bit derpy because the cryopod does bounce about, and I'll show you what you need to do so that your Volanosaur lands on the settle. So as you can see from this point on, the Titan does his growling cue, which means he's using a tail whip. Now, in the past, as I said, the tail whip did not reach all the way to the corrupted node. Now it does, and in combination with the lightning and flock, you either get stuck in the Titan's hitbox or basically get dismounted. A lot of bad things can happen. Basically, it's pretty buggy if you ask me. So you want to fly underneath the node. You can pretty much zoom out in third person and use a camera angle to kind of peek through the Titan's skin, if you will, or hitbox to see where the node is. There is also another way to know that you are underneath the Titan in the right place, and that is, if you can see, there's that corruption, and in between the corruption and the wing, it almost goes into like a concave, convex sort of pattern. At its peak, that's where you want to be. That's where the I don't even know what those things would be called, where the flock comes out. That's basically where you want to be. The easiest way is just to simply look through the Titan's hitbox and design, and you can see where the node is, and you can time it that way. If you're too far forward, this is what will happen, and sometimes it can be difficult to gauge. Just be patient and keep trying, and you'll get it eventually. Also, very important to know here. Now, notice the Titan is not moving. The reason he's not moving is because what comes after this is he will do a turn. So, before he turns, for some odd reason, the Titan just stops and hovers. And there we go. There's the turn. I'm going to try and catch up with this node. I want to be underneath it. Don't want to be on top. I think that worked. Just about. So once this one is done, we will then move on to the tail. The tail is the exact same thing. For those that haven't seen it, I will show you in full detail. I won't be doing much cutting. I will keep this a full-length video. The knocking out the Titan is the easiest part. So I'm just underneath it. Oh, he just moved. Right, so are we going to get it? No, we didn't get it. Okay, well, that's fair enough. I think we did actually. No, it's out. Okay, that's good. So at the moment, I'm trying to gauge where that thing is. The node, of course. That's what I meant. And you can clearly see it. Do bear in mind where you are located, because you can get stuck in his hitbox and you will get hit. So that's why you do want a bit of HP on your Quetzal. And quite a lot of stamina, because you will be sprinting about to avoid getting stuck in his hitbox. And right there, that's what happened. I got stuck on his hitbox, and luckily he didn't do a tail whip, because that would have hurt. The tail whip does damage metal, and I believe it also damages tech. It clearly destroys stone, so metal is the way to go. Tech, I suppose you can try tech. I haven't actually, but I'm guessing it'll last better than... Okay, I think we did it. Or, no, we haven't. Okay. I thought we did, but the node just went back in. I didn't see the pink cloud that indicates the destruction of the corrupted node. But notice that I'm primarily using this method to peek through the Titan's hitbox. I suppose he's unlucky for being big, because I can do that. There we go. That should bring out the corrupted node. He's now hovering primarily. That's perfect. See if we can get a couple of... Oh, he's moving. Okay, he's going up now. So I'm going to try and stay with him. This is the trickiest part, basically. Trying to stay with him and underneath the node. But we're not too far from getting it done. Okay, he stopped. So it's time to hover. Perfect. That was a perfect hit. Now I'm just a tad bit outside from underneath his wing, so I'm hoping that this next hit lands on him. Perfect. Perfection. Okay. Time to move. So that's it. Second node is down. Notice that it did not take me that long to take out the two nodes. Now, oh, he's doing a roll. We don't want to be around him when he does that. Haven't tested to see what happens if you are, but I don't want to. Now, notice there's a little dot underneath it. What I called in my previous video the poop hole. And so you want your hut on your platform to be right underneath it and slightly just before it. I find it works better that if the hut that you are in is just a bit before it. Now do bear in mind, this is the best place to get stuck, and that is simply because the Titan will change altitude, and when he does that, you want to match it or get the heck out of there quickly. If you think you cannot match it, just get out, reposition, and then carry on. Notice that the hut is slightly before the little poop hole, which I'm hoping people can see. By being there, all of the lightning strikes hit the location of the corrupted node, and obviously you can use the same method to peek through his tail to see where his node is and if you've hit it. That same thing applies here. It does move quite a bit, but as long as you keep with him, he should be alright. And it doesn't really take that long to knock him out. This is like ridiculously easy to tame. This is just wow. I don't know if it was meant to be hard or the devs wanted it to be hard, but I have tested out many things. Also, whilst I'm in the process of making this video, might as well thank the people that came up with this idea. So this does come from somebody with regards to killing the Titan. I don't remember who it was who commented it. I tried to find a comment, but since then many comments have come in and was unable to do so. So you know who you are if you do see this video. And so thank you so much for the idea. I don't know why I never thought of it before, which is quite odd because it was quite obvious. But yes, you'll see me kill it in a bit. Hopefully. So he's now descending. I am risking it. I'm trying to match his speed with regards to descending. I'm getting a bit greedy here, so it could work against me. Okay, he's stopped. That's good. I find the descent being the worst part. Oh, gotta move. Gotta move. Oh no. Okay, that was a bit scary. But as you can see, very easy to avoid the hits. I did get hit a couple of times. I'm not that bothered with the platform and the armor from the platform and the amount of HP that the Quetzal has. It's not that difficult to avoid. And if you get hit, you know, you can take a couple of hits. Not a big deal. Okay, we should be fairly close. The corruption looks fairly enlarged. Let's call it that, out of lack of better words. And it is quite shiny as well. So I'm guessing it won't take many more hits on it. Also, some people have suggested using the lightning against Titan. Well, the Titan is immune to its own lightning. However, the corrupted nodes are not. That is the difference. Come on, man. Yeah, go on. Okay, hold on. Something's happened. Yes, that's it. That was it. It's down. Well, out cold, I guess. Now, of course, you can put your Volanosaur on top of the Titan. I have noticed that it is a bit derpy in that if it's not mounted, it will fall through. So it's a bit weird. Now, obviously, if you want to tame it, you just get on it, follow the prompt, and there it is. Now, with regards to getting your Volanosaur out, you will do it on the platform. So I'm going to bounce the cryopod right where the foundation meets the platform. And so that's how you get your Volanosaur to stay on the platform. Obviously, go into turret mode and fire away. Very important with the Volanosaur, you want to make sure that you have plenty of meat in the Volanosaur, because when it goes into turret mode, it will obviously use stamina. And to regain stamina, well, it will do that at the cost of food. You can force feed it to fill up the food. Once it's full, then just fire away until it is out of stamina. Wait for it to regen, rinse, and repeat until it's dead. Now, this is what I find takes the most time to do as a solo player, but it is soloable, as you will see. Once again, with this, I will not cut anything, so you guys can see the amount of time it took me to take it down. It is super low tech, basically just 2 dinos and, you know, a bit of food. That's it. It's really not that hard. So from this point on, I'm just going to continue firing all the quills into it until the Volanosaur's stamina is completely drained. I will then wait for it to refill. You will notice that as it fires, it will continue to consume raw meat. When its food gets very, very low or nearly empty, as that will happen in due time as you continue repeating this process, I will then open up the Volanosaur's inventory and then just force feed it until its food is full up again, and then just start the process of burning down the Titan. Now, it does do some sort of flinching when you do shoot at it. Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. Probably just an animation glitch, or maybe it's hurting, I don't quite know. But yeah, it's fairly easy. Also, just because I might forget to say at that time, once you have taken down the Titan, it will fall. Go to it. Don't forget to access its inventory, as it will have loot in it. You will get some element and some tech items and stuff for your mech. You might also get some nice blueprint. Nothing too fancy, but better than the primitive stuff. So definitely do loot it. Also, I would suggest harvesting it, because this guy will have a lot of meat on it and hide, so why the heck not, you know? And as you can see already, we've done a significant amount of damage to this creature. Food is also draining pretty darn fast, but I'm not that worried, because as I'm shooting to some level, the Volanosaur is topping up its food from the raw meat that it has in its inventory. Obviously, the pace that I am firing the quills at does mean that the food will drain faster than the Volanosaur can replenish it, and so at some point I will have to open up the Volanosaur's inventory whilst mounted and force feed it meat to help it replenish its food. So as you can see, at this point, the Titan does not do anything apart from just hover. And I think the same thing works for all of the other Titans if you do want to kill them. So say, for example, with the Forest Titan, you can use a similar method. So take out the nodes, then once it's down, just kill it. The Ice Titan is a bit more trickier. I still have a theory, which I haven't yet tested. Didn't have the time, but I will look into that, and maybe if it works, I will use it in my playthrough of this particular DLC. Alright, so my Velonosaur is pretty much out of food. It's not got left quite a lot. So I'm now going to force feed the Velonosaur some of the food that it's got in its inventory. I'm going to wait for it to fill up. Once it's done that, I will then rinse and repeat. You can use weapons if you want to, but why would you want to waste all those resources? They are hard to get after all, and the Velonosaur doesn't really cost anything apart from what you invested in taming it and leveling it up. And as you can see, there's no danger to it at all. There we go. And time to carry on. Okay, we are nearly there. Titan is nearly dead. Also important to note, and there's a mistake I made in my last video. I kind of assumed people would know that the Titans would, of course, unlock tech, and they do unlock the armor tech. So that'd be the jetpack, the chest, legs, feet, and helmet, and gloves. Let's not forget about that. And I think the tech rifle as well. Now, once it's down, don't forget to loot it. The way you're going to get off the Velonosaur safely, position it like I did there, because you always get off on the right side. Put it back in the cryopod. Take off the meat before you do that, because it will drop the meat and anything that is in its inventory. And so we wait for this to happen. Then mount the Quetzal from the platform. You don't even need to go inside the hut. Okay, so once you have looted the Titan and harvested it, return to your base, and job's a good one. It's that easy to do. As you saw, it doesn't take that much time. It's doable within 30 to 40 minutes as a single player. Just be careful how you do things, as you will be quite high up, so you might want to bring a couple of parachutes and maybe some grappling hooks to grapple to your Quetzal if you do fall off, just as a precautionary measure. And apart from that, really easy, straightforward face roll method. There's really not that much to it. And it's been a lot of time perfecting this, so I do hope that you guys have enjoyed it and found the information in this video useful. If you have, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, remember to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And why not check out some of my other videos here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested in hanging out, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, can be found down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.